know if you are listening to the right voice? Man, guys, I have so many people asking me this question, and I got to do a video for this one. People constantly asking me, look, I've been getting so many advices from different people. How do I know if that advice, that person is giving me is the right advice or not? Great question. You see, when I started as an entrepreneur and when I was a sales leader many years ago, many people tells me, you gotta be open-minded. You gotta listen to everybody. You gotta learn from everybody. And I did learn from everybody. But the problem was I learned from people who just simply giving me opinions. They're not giving me experience. They're not giving me facts. They're not giving me real content. They're not giving me wisdoms, but they were nice people and they just want to give me their opinions. That was the problem. And I took those opinions, I took those fake advice, superficial advice, and I applied to my real life and business. Guess what happened? It didn't work. So today I'm gonna address that one important question. How do you know if you are listening to the wrong voice? Look, for me, over the years, I came up with a simple formula. How do I determine whoever is giving me advice, at the end, is it the right or the wrong advice? Now, understand, everybody loves to give people advice. I'm not worried about the person who's giving you that advice. I am more concerning about the person who's receiving that advice. Is that person smart enough, wise enough to know whether that advice is good or bad? Now let me give you a warning, another word, a disclaimer. Before you blaming anybody giving you the wrong advice, okay? Before you do all that, you must ask yourself, did you apply the advice that person gave it to you, okay? Because if you never apply the advice somebody gave it to you, how do you know it's good or bad? See, many people that I work with, they just listen, but they never apply. Are you putting work hours? Are you working hard? Are you really putting the hours in to build whatever you try to build? If you don't have the work ethic, if you never apply any advice somebody gave it to you, don't be blaming on other people. All right, you got that one? So that was my number one disclaimer. But if you actually apply and you did work hard, you did put in the hours. So here's the basic fundamentals, steps for me to filter out whether that advice I'm getting is right or wrong, okay? The first thing, the advice that you're receiving, okay? If you apply it, does it work? If you apply it again, does it work? If you're consistently getting an advice from a person, it could be your mentor, it could be a sales leader that's working with you, it could be your parent, it could be somebody, I don't know who you're working with. And if you're constantly applying the advice this person giving to you and you don't see growth, it's not working. Warning sign number one. All right? That should give you a warning sign number one. The second thing is you yourself need to be watching this person who's giving you that advice. Is this person using the same advice he or she has given to you? A lot of people, they're hypocrite. They want to teach you things. They want to give you philosophy. They want to, add all these opinions, but themselves, they never do it. You have to watch very closely that person who's giving you the advice. Are they using the same advice on their own, in their own business, in their own life, in their own relationship, right? And are they growing with the advice that they're giving to you? I'm talking about their income. I'm talking about their lifestyle. I'm talking about their knowledge. I'm talking about their wisdom. I'm talking about the business they build. How successful are they by using the same advice they're giving to you? If they're not growing, if they are plateauing, warning sign number two. And the third thing, anyone who's giving you superficial advice that's not specific, advice is very general. Advice is very motivational. You eventually have to leave that person and get some real advice. You know what? When I first started, many people motivate me. Many people give me positive message. We all need positive message. We all need motivational message. But eventually, if you want to win big, you can't just be getting general motivated type of stuff. You got to have specific strategies that are not generals. So I hope what I'm giving you today is something that you might not know and you might not heard it before. Over the years, I have to develop formula for everything that I do. If somebody's giving me advice that's not practical, superficial, if somebody giving me advice that they are not using and they are not growing, even they use it, if I'm constantly applying this person's advice is not growing, that's a wrong advice. I'm sorry. That person might be the nicest person in the world, but that's a wrong advice. And I'm not going to listen to that person very long. So I hope that makes sense. It's kind of deep. Might even be a little bit confusing for some of you, but rewatch this video a few times and hopefully you get what I'm saying. All right? JW here. See you at the next moment. Take care. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.